Here is a white pine seedling. With pines and any of the conifers, actually, you can age a tree by the whorls, the branch whorls. A pine, or the other conifers, produce a cluster of buds at the top. Each year, those buds break out and make branches, and then the terminal bud goes up. At one point, this was a cluster of terminal buds. The buds broke in the spring, put out branches, and the terminal bud grew straight up, and it got to here. And then it set buds for the fall. The next year, that broke buds, it put out these branches, and the terminal bud grew up to there. So each one of these is a year. And this guy, this little guy, has got to be at least, I'm going to say at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is probably 9 years old, this little guy. This is a hemlock, and it has, the needles are individually attached to the stem. This is a pine, this is the white pine, and you can see that these trees, the white pines, are affixed in bundles. White pine is typically 5 needles per bundle. It's called a fascicle. We're entering into, you might notice that this forest looks completely different. This stand looks completely different than what we just came from. Notice that there's no undergrowth whatsoever. There's no little trees. There's no mix of all that stuff. If you just pan back around, you can see the other side, how there's all that blueberry brush and all the small trees and all the young hardwoods and all the brush on the ground. And then back over here, where it's just basically a desert. This is because this is a red pine plantation. This was planted by the Conservation Corps or by Boy Scouts or somebody like that after the fire as a reforestation. If you get to right here, you can, if you look right here, you can see that they are actually in physical rows. So you can see that it's definitely been planted. These red pines also are have the whorls that you can count, and this is going to be, we've counted them several times, they're in the 60-year range, somewhere in that neighborhood. So the reason that there's nothing under the ground, on the ground here, is mostly because this was planted all together. The trees are so tight, there's so many on here that the crown closed up really fast, and it doesn't let any or as much light to the ground, not enough light to the ground for other things to get in here. It's also extremely acidic, and that helps prevent other plants from coming up in here. If we were to come in here and do a timber sale cutting or something, and we opened up some of these rows, I would do it by row probably. Just take out a row and a row, every third row or fourth row. You would start to get some of the oaks coming in here, and some white pine for sure coming in, because there's so much white pine seed upwind of us. But you can see the pitch pine, the 3 pitch pines growing here, and how gnarly, craggy, and how they hold on to their branches a lot longer. It's just not good quality for anything of commercial value. Maybe pulp or something, but the red pines are beautiful in here, although small. And from a commercial point of view, red pine is it's a dense wood, and it's really good for things and how it grows. I mean, just look at them. They're telephone poles.